it seems that we got some pretty sturdy barbs over here. I was worried that they might be caving in. Sure, why not? Certainly no reason not to. Okay, well, that's probably all we need to do that. Yeah, let's get a workboat there. So we're actually keeping up with the AIs as far as expansion, which tells you you're doing good on Deity, that's for sure. Ah, you little bugger. Oh, wait. Oh, really? There we go. Oh, okay, so nobody else is trying for it. Yeah, that's a good thing, because I need that gold. That gold would really do me well, it would. That gold would do me well. Serve me well. Where did I hear that? I heard a bing. Still? I guess I did whip that much, didn't I? Okay, well, let's get another worker out, damn it. I wonder if it's worth double whipping this. I'll do it.
True glory consists in doing what deserves to be written. In writing,
That seems kind of desperate. I wonder. Is he going to tell me what he has? Does he still have only archers? Why the desperation there? That's really dumb. Okay, well, at some point... Oh, yes! Let's go for a library. That's a good idea. In fact, going for a library is a very good idea in all these places. So, we don't really need anything here. Now, let's go ahead and start cottaging around this place. I guess this place is going to be my cottage spot. One of my cottage spot, obviously. Oh. Seems to me that these guys are a little slow. That's what it looks like. He's just getting writing now. Okay, much better. That's not a bad spot. Oh, that's not a bad spot. Man, that's a nice spot. God, this map is full of nice spots. Let's see here. 1, 2... Are you kidding me? What kind of a joke is that? So, let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, theoretically, we should be able to take these guys. Take one of my war chariots off there and switch them out for warriors. You know what? Korea's doing so bad. I might just forget about Korea. Might put my stuff on Willem. Saladin, I might just attack at some point since he's right there. And I might attack him with chariots when I'm good and ready, depending on what happens. Oh, where's Korea? There's Wang, so I better not fail because Wang's right there. I don't think I'll fail. I think the 6 guys is enough to do this. And I also want to get... probably want to get this spot before Saladin gets any stupid ideas to settle behind me. There's Willem. Library for sure. There's no real advantage at this point to growing there. I'm betting we can do this pretty easily. Yeah, this should be easy. Oh yeah, this is a cinch. Cinch, cinch, cinch. Oh, I don't think we're gonna return control to the Dutch. Are you crazy? Six cities by 1400 BC. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, but we need more. We need more. More, more, more. Yep, let's go for that. No problem. Okay. Keep this guy maybe right there to prevent any barbs. I didn't have any barb troubles at all. Not bad, huh? I don't know. For lack of a better thing to do, a little, very little fail goal from the mids, but every little bit counts, kind of. So right there, right here, and seems like I could fit one in between. Maybe not. Yeah, right here. Yep. Right here. Yep. So I want to get a... Actually, when this gets to size 6 again, I'll whip it for a settler to put right there. So this guy. So actually, we don't need so many warriors. Or do we? Because all these guys can retire now. This guy can go sit up here. This guy, well, we're almost done with that one. So this guy can... Yeah, I guess so. Some of these guys can explore. This guy can go explore. Actually, I think this guy can go explore too. We won't be needing these guys for a while. This guy will just sit him right there. Everybody needs a library. Okay, so let's see here. We're at 14, 13. This is for my own personal benefit here. Hello, everybody. What happened was my stupid mic went completely dead. Again, second time. Same brand of mic. Actually, I don't know if it's the mic or if it's the computer. But anyway, my mic went dead, so the in-game recording, this is not an in-game recording, this is a after-the-fact recording commentary here. I don't like having to do it that way because it's kind of breaks my concentration or my train of thought, and I kind of forget what I was doing at the time, plus the fact that syncing it up, you know, syncing it up is kind of a pain in the butt. I have here my sound recorder, Windows sound recorder, along with my Windows movie watcher. So I've got to coordinate both of those at the same time. There might be a better way to do it, but I don't know of any better way. If somebody has a better way, let me know. But anyway, okay, so what's going on here is going for aesthetics. And I'm also, I think at this point I was also highly considering backstabbing someone again with war chariots. Which eventually I do, of course, but that's for later. Checking my workers, seeing that I had enough workers there. I'm putting some points into the pyramids there just for something to put points into, to put, you know, a few hammers into that. for fail gold eventually. It's like building wealth, except I can't build wealth yet. So apparently there was nothing else better to put those production points into, I guess. And I'm trying to get libraries in every place there. For some reason the computer wants to work those one commerce tiles, and I'd rather work something more useful. And I'm checking out my anger level, which is pretty high. So, yeah, the stupid mic, man. That's the same mic. I don't know if this is the brand of mic, but it's happened to me twice now. The mic just goes completely dead. Although I've heard, after talking to one of the sales reps in Fry's, he says that sometimes the Mac can sometimes they're compressed so much that you compress all those parts in those little itty bitty space. Sometimes they don't have enough grounding in the frame, and so it can cause shorts and things in the USB ports. And of course, which of course makes me another reason why it was a huge mistake to get this Mac. It was basically a $3,000 curse, and I could have done a lot with $3,000. A lot of useful things. I could have got myself a computer for $1,500, a good computer, better than this one, good PC, and put it together myself. Probably wouldn't have had to buy Windows 7. I probably could have used my Windows XP. Which reminds me, I hope I didn't throw away my XP, because I think I might. The next computer I buy is certainly going to be a PC. It's not going to be a Mac. I know they say Macs are great, but don't let that crap fool you. I tried it. It's bullshit. What am I doing here? Like I'm just dinking around. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to grow that up to size 6, and then I'm going to whip another settler. And I wanted to fill in the gap between Utica and Tartar just to make sure Saladin doesn't go and start grabbing spots behind me. And it's amazing that Korea only got stuck with 3 cities. So I take advantage of that later. But not only does Korea get stuck with 3 cities, they also start wonder whoring. So let's see. I'm going for that's a pretty good aesthetic state I'm going for right there. It's an amazing plot of land right there. And it was nice that I managed to get Tartar, because it's a very nice spot, and gold was very helpful. Extremely helpful for raising my happy cap. And sure, boy, I waste a lot of time doing stuff like that. I think I was trying to figure out where to go. Yeah. So maybe it'd be nice if they had some kind of return policy, but I think I'm way past that point with my Mac. I think I'm stuck with it now. But maybe somebody recommended that I get it taken into the Mac store and have them. I don't know. Have them. I think they can actually give you a whole new computer. The guy said that the shorting problem is pretty common, and sometimes what they'll do is give you a whole new computer and transfer all your files from the old one to the new one. So I'm kind of considering that right now. I don't like going down to that Mac store. It's a big pain in the ass. There's a lot of people there. I wouldn't be caught dead hanging around. So it's kind of a whole different environment. The people that don't know anything about computers, Personally, I grew up with computers. My dad got a computer. Let's see, well, I've been around, been fascinated by computers since I was like 12. But I think my dad got a computer when I was like 17 or something like that. And he got it, but we wouldn't let him use it because we were always using it. And I learned how to program in C. Eventually, I learned how to build my own computers, so I built my own computer for every computer I had after that. Um, but the whole Mac scene, that's totally foreign. That's a bunch of people who don't really know anything about how to use their technology, and they actually have to go in and have someone show them. That's very bizarre, but there are people like that out there. Non-geeks, I guess let's call them. Yeah, there's where Wang builds the mids right there. So, I didn't whip it because there's not enough overflow yet. So I'm going to wait till there's like 25 plus overflow or something like that. So next turn. And I'm seeing if anybody has any happiness resources for trade because I'm really hurting. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. And those guys, I'm going to send them up there and get ready to mine that gold. And that guy, what am I doing with that guy? Pre-chopping that force is what I'm going to do. I betcha. Nope, maybe not. Nope, I'm thinking about a granary. But I changed my mind. Then I'm doing that. Oh yeah, I needed aesthetics because people got alpha now, so I needed to trade for alpha. So I wanted to go as fast as I could to aesthetics so I could grab alpha. I actually get a pretty good deal with aesthetics later. And when you can't grow anymore, there's no reason working all that food. And I'm going for barracks. Such a nice game. It's too bad that I had to go through so much hassle with this one. I mean, I have to do commentary for another hour too, and then I get to play again. But I was having a blast when I was playing. Still trying to figure out what to do with that worker. Okay. I had some kind of commentary at this point. I know I did. I'm not sure what I said. I'm not even sure what I was thinking at this point. Just looking around, admiring all the nice stuff. I actually didn't settle more cities than this for quite a while. The reason for that is because, again, you don't want to cripple your research before you can get to the key text. There's a time period where you want to get to things like aesthetics, currency and stuff. You want to do that before you go totally broke through expansion. Then once you get the stuff you need, then you expand a little bit more, then you expand a little bit more. When you have this much good land, it can be tempting to just go and settle everywhere. But you don't want to do that before you before you can keep up in the tech race, because the tech race is key to getting a lot more land later. So I got those guys, and so I'm sending everybody up there to that gold because I need to get that gold online, because I got all my cities are having problems with happiness. Going for a library there, mostly so I can build things like several specific wonders require the library. So, Or actually, I don't think the... Yeah, the Great Library. I think I might have been thinking about building the Great Library there, but I don't, actually. So... Now what am I doing? I guess I'm wondering what to do with that guy. I think eventually I decide to go down there and pre-chop. Maybe. No. Okay, I was putting down a... Oh, yeah, this is before... Yeah, since I didn't have the mids at this point and I didn't have rep, of course I was going to cottage my entire capital. That changes later, though. And granary's a pretty good choice there. Yep. There we go for the granary. It's nice of Hannibal to really cottage that out and give me some good cottages there. And Willem gets alpha. I see Willem gets alpha. I cannot yet see Willem's tech. What he's teching. And that's where I send that guy out there to fill that gap. Then I put the overflow into a war chariot. Oh no, I changed my mind and decided to put the overflow into a worker. So that's what I do. And I'm surveying the land, I guess. And okay. Okay, so run 2 scientists right there because I want to get to aesthetics quick. And I don't want to chop that yet. So I go and pre-chop the next one. It's not the greatest spot, but it's not too bad actually. And it definitely keeps Saladin from going behind me and settling my other good spots that I have. So that kind of keeps them there. Three turns. And I'm rearranging this, so there we go. I'm trying to rearrange things so I can get to aesthetics in 2 turns, I think is what I'm doing. So I'm reviewing everywhere to see if I can squeeze any more commerce out of someplace. Turns out I can. I can work, do something like that. There we go. 2 turn aesthetics there. And now that the gold mine's up, got some pretty good commerce. Plus some more happy cap, which is important. You know, for some reason, sometimes the computer just doesn't do it right no matter what you do. So you gotta do it yourself. That's the case right here. It wants to work the forest for some stupid reason. Yeah. See, that's not worth it in my opinion. Or maybe it is. Okay. Maybe it was. I don't know why I did that. But okay. Figuring whether or not to... Why did I do... Why the hell did I do that? Okay, well. I was just blatantly stupid. I should have mined that copper right there. That's a much better tile to work, no matter how you slice it.
Art for art's sake is an empty phrase.
Now we're going to see if we
Art
can
for the
trade
sake
that
of
for
truth.
alpha.
Art for the sake of the good and the beautiful.
And
That
I
is
thought
the
maybe
faith
there
that
was a
I
chance,
insist
but
upon.
no. And obviously I'm going for a great scientist there. That's why I've been doing that for so long. Great scientist for an academy. And we're looking around, looking around, looking around, looking around. This is where I noticed that Wang has the mids, and that Wang has... I realize that Wang only has 4 cities, and he has the mids, and the Great Lighthouse. And then I start thinking... The mids, right there. And I start thinking, well, you know what? With only 4 cities, Wang can't have a lot of troops. Still too early for feudalism, more or less. And he's got the mids. And I sure would like the mids. So I'm kind of thinking about whether or not I could get away with it. Because I noticed that Willem has a border right up there, which would allow me to strike the city within 1 turn. Although the problem is it is long distance, and those are always tough to pull off. Plus the fact that it's still too early in the game to really, you know, go conquer another AI. I don't even have currency yet. And more pregnant pauses. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Okay. And I load up a barracks right there because I've decided to go after Wang, so I'm gonna start pumping out some war chariots. And wondering what to do with that guy. I don't know what the mystery is. Decide to pre-chop that forest. And now I think because I put a little more research into Alpha that I could probably trade for Alpha right now. But I'm wrong. I think maybe Wang, because maybe... Nope. Maybe Willem was researching aesthetics, but nope. I think about whipping that, but then I realize that I need to get to alpha. And I take that off there and put it somewhere more useful. And I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. And the result is nothing. And I don't want to chop that yet because I don't have math. I'm waiting for math right now for the chops. Making sure, see, that's another stupid thing the computer does. Kind of looking around, wondering if I could take some of those war chariots off there. Those guys are there to kind of fog bust, but I probably don't need them at this point. So I take that guy. Actually take him and switch him around. More looking at Wang. And yet another look at Wang. What does Wang have? The pyramids and the Great Lighthouse. Unfortunately, not in the same city. Be nice if they were both in Pyongyang. And the next turn. And this time, for sure, somebody will give me alpha for aesthetics. I go for Willem because Saladin, I notice, has math, and I'd like to trade math for aesthetics.
Two rabbits, Roy, and we'll lose them both. When words are both true and kind, they can change our world.
Then I think about trading, getting ironworking from Wang. I wanted to get sailing, he wouldn't do that, but hey, what the hell? That's not a bad deal. Ironworking is nice, especially if you have iron somewhere and you can, like that. That is a nice capital.
Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward.
And that move I did turned out to be real nice, too. So, now it's risky not to trade Saladin aesthetics since everyone else already has it, and everyone else is likely to trade aesthetics to him. But I wanted to hold out in the vain hope that I might grab alpha for aesthetics from Saladin, even though it's kind of a long shot, but actually it works out. And then I go for Poly because I'm going for the Great Library. I gotta go for literature. Doing a lot of looking and nothing else. So how about that big game? Feel like a radio announcer or something. Baseball announcer. And I put a cottage down there. I was gonna mine that. That's not a bad spot production-wise. I mean, that's actually a beast, really, production-wise. In fact, I think I put or was going to put the heroic epic right there, which is not a bad spot for it. And I decided to whip, I think. Oh, no, I didn't. I went ahead and whipped this, though. 24 overflow, that's pretty good. Then the computer decides to do something stupid like that. So, in the late game, you can let the computer pretty much do what it wants, but in the early game, it really counts if you don't let it do stupid stuff like that. Like working a bunch of food when you can't really grow anymore. And actually, yeah, Willem has horseback riding. But you don't need horse archers if you have war chariots. Horse archers cost 50 hammers and are 6 strength. War chariots are 5 strength and only cost 30 hammers. Both are immune to first strikes. You know, it makes more sense even if you have horse. I saw somebody do a horse archer rush on this map, is why I mentioned this. But it makes more sense to just pump out war chariots, even if you have horseback riding and archery. They're just a better unit, better hammer to power ratio, even if you have, horseback riding. So I'm getting ready. I'm kind of roading up there, getting ready for Wang. I'm planting roads so I can kind of smoothly go up to that city. Of course, I don't know whether or not. See, he's so weak that there's a good chance that he might peace vassal before I can even get to him. Because we are going. Everybody is going pretty fast here. They all like each other, and there's a good chance that somebody's going to get an early feudalism. Early as in maybe 500 BC, which is not too early, but that's kind of the average, maybe 300 BC on Deity. Chariot barracks. I think what did I do? Oh yeah, Schweigen and Paya. All great because you have the resource there, so it's like double your money, double your hammers for gold. So that's all great, putting hammers into that sort of thing. You should not be building gold if you can build a wonder with its resource. Actually, even you could make an argument that you shouldn't be building gold if you can build a wonder and you can get a bonus of more than you could get for building gold. So if you can get an extra bonus, if you're industrious, that gives you plus 50% for building a wonder that you wouldn't get for building gold. If you're in organized religion, and in your religion, then you get a 25% bonus. So that's 25% more than you'd get for building gold. So even if you don't have the resource for a wonder, it still might be better. Although I'd be building something else. But if I had a choice between building gold and building the mids without stone, if I had a slight bonus even of 25% for building the mids without stone, like I was in organized religion, then building the mids without stone would still be a better deal. That, you know, of course, that assumes that you don't need money right now. You know, you can wait a little bit. But in most cases, that's true. And I'm kind of mulling around the idea of switching around what I'm working on here. Oh, and I whipped that guy. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. I think I was kind of in a hurry to get out some war chariots. I'm really up against the clock because I don't have... I'm not in any position to really pump out a lot of units, you know, to go full-scale war, because I don't have currency and I've kind of got a lot of cities. Plus, I'm more trying to get things like the Great Library than actually start another war. However, Wang Khan will trade mathematics. However, I was going pretty full tilt on this here. My idea was to get about 12 or so war chariots out there. At that time, I thought that he couldn't counter that many. Of course, later I found out that he could. I mean, you wouldn't think with only 4 cities and not having any wars, you wouldn't think Korea would be, you know, that strong. And he's not a huge unit spammer. I think he's only like 25%. Like one of the lowest. Keep micromanaging that, making sure it's not working something stupid. I got my slider down again here. That's because I need a little buffer. I'm not sure, you know, not quite sure what's gonna go on, and I think there's also in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I might be able to trade for polytheism. Obviously, someone already has it. Saladin, I think, already has it. And I'm rearranging the tiles here, seeing that if maybe I want to grow faster, maybe I want more production. Ultimately, I decide on more production. Working the marble. The nice city after city is just beautiful. I mean, I don't think I have any bad cities, except for maybe Memphis. There's my great scientist, which I very promptly... Oh, that's another thing. Waiting for your your academy to put your slider up. That's another thing to consider. If you're going to get an academy, maybe you should just put your slider down for a little while until you do get an academy. That way you get a lot more for your money. Plus 40%, in fact. So that's another reason to keep your slider down sometimes. In fact, I probably should have kept my slider down more. And I'm not sure what I'm thinking now. What am I doing now? Looking around. Making sure I didn't miss anything. I'm seeing how close Wang is to getting feudalism. I noticed that both Saladin and Willem can get feudalism, and it's probably about time that they were going there. I know that from experience. Saladin especially, for some reason, he seems to get feudalism pretty quick. I'm kind of testing whether or not he's going for aesthetics and whether I should just trade it to him now. I also see that he's got currency, and I start thinking that maybe aesthetics for currency, which is usually a pretty long shot. And for some reason, I don't think to take and switch my research to currency. Why don't I do that? I don't know why. Didn't make any sense. Consider switching my tiles around, and then I decide against it. Hook up my iron. And see if Wang's built any more wonders. He hasn't. That's where I'm going to group all my guys right there, and then I'm going to attack within one turn. And I take that guy. And I think about taking that guy, but then I say, you know what? I want to suppress the unhappiness, so I don't. And I take that guy and put him over there. Now, I could probably, at this point, if I had wanted to, I probably could have, you know, just rushed another guy like Saladin or Orange even. Both of those guys, I could have rushed them, assuming they didn't get, you know, they weren't real close to feudalism. I could have done that. However, you know, the question is, what do you really gain at that point? Because you don't have, you know, you don't have the solid infrastructure to really take on a bunch more cities. So in the long run, it really wouldn't do you as much good. Really, you want, you want a nice core of, say, 10 cities, 10 nice cities, and, you know, just kind of springboard from there. You don't really need more than that. Getting a lot more than that would do you more harm than good in the early game for Deity because of the maintenance issues, because of the huge strain that it suddenly puts on your empire to take on a bunch more cities at that point. You know, of course, once you get, code of laws, currency, and maybe things like banking and stuff like that, then it's different. But in the early game like this, really doesn't help you to overexpand. And then I notice we got Willem and Saladin will trade currency, which is interesting. So I get ready to whip yet another settler, I think. So at this point it dawns on me, hey, I can probably get currency from Saladin. So I try for it. Yep. I was kind of afraid of somebody giving him aesthetics. Yeah. I do that to test and see whether or not he's researching it. You know, if he just gives you a few texts, then you kind of tell that he's researching it. If he gives you closer to what it's worth, then you can kind of assume that he's not. Yep. Still looking up. And I go over here and see what Wang's got. And I assume, I say, hey, you know, he's only got a couple of guys in Seoul. And I say, hey, he's probably got nothing. And I get over here and I see that huge stack. And it's like, what the hell? I don't know why he stacked that many troops over there. With only 4 cities, it doesn't seem like... Seems a little excessive. I don't know. Maybe it's not, just considering it's 725 BC. But for only 4 cities and a non-stacker like Wang, and he hasn't even been in war plotting mode, then you know it just doesn't look right. It's a lot of troops over there, I think. For Wang it is, you know. For someone like Ragnar it wouldn't be. But hey, whatever. So it isn't exactly going to be quite the cakewalk I thought it was, unfortunately. I started to go for a Hindu monastery because I wanted to build Hindu missionaries. Because Saladin just wasn't spreading the religion around quick enough. Then I noticed that I have another island over here that I didn't even know about. I didn't realize I had. One of my nicer tiles is over a freaking water. I noticed just how nice all the land is still. Even the island over there is pretty nice. In fact, if I wanted to, I could actually, now that I think of it, I could actually make a vassal. Grant independence to colonies over there. I think that's probably big enough. Of course, at this point, I didn't have sailing. I was hoping, really hoping. Oh. He didn't do it. And I was kind of worried that he might be researching it, but then I checked and didn't look like he was researching it. So go for one more turn there, and hopefully he'll do it next turn. Pretty good deal if you can get currency for aesthetics. Take a look at that stack again. And I noticed that there's 3 axemen, 2 chariots, so those pretty much don't count against war chariots. It's just the spearman, the 2 swordsmen, and the archer, protective archer, which are the problem. So, which is good news. It's not as bad as it looks, really. He's got a huge mountain range there, which is makes traveling to his second city really difficult, though. So that becomes a problem actually when I declare war on him. .22 overflows, so I whip it. Go ahead and whip it. So slowly still expanding here, even while I'm carrying on a war and going for currency. Okay, and for some reason I got lucky enough that I managed to get currency with aesthetics, sort of.
Everything is worth what is purchased.
Half of currency with aesthetics, which is still pretty good. And Saladin builds the Temple of Artemis. Take another look at that stack there. And I'm going for poly now because I'm going for literature. Taking another look at something. I'm not sure what I'm looking at though. Damn computer. So that's actually not a bad deal right there. That's pretty mean hammer spot. And not quite sure why I did that, but oh well. And I don't want to put my slider up too much right now because I'm just about to start a war, so I don't know what kind of strain that's going to be on my economy just yet. There's no hurry yet anyway. Not yet anyway. And I'm kind of deciding what site to settle, what's the most prudent. Finally, I decide down there because I got so much corn. Right there.